Let's kick things off with a pretty big idea. What if everything we think we know about how wars are fought is fundamentally changing? In this explainer, we're going to dig into why modern war might just never look the same again.
So I want you to just hold this question in your head for a few minutes. What if our whole idea of war is, well, becoming kind of obsolete?
And here's the kicker. What if this isn't some sci-fi, far-off future we're talking about? What if this massive shift is actually happening right now, pretty much hiding in plain sight? That's the signal we're focused on. If you look at a bunch of recent global events and you pull them all together, they start to point to this huge, seismic shift in how modern warfare actually works. And this brings us right to the heart of the matter. We're seeing a strategic shift, a move away from one model of conflict and straight towards another. It's a move from a war of attrition to a war of precision. Okay, so what does that actually mean? Well, the old model, attrition, that's all about slowly grinding down your opponent over a long time. Think of it like a heavyweight boxing match that goes all 12 rounds. It's about mass and sheer endurance. But this new model, it's the total opposite. It's built on speed, on surgical strikes, and on getting the job done with these incredibly focused actions. It's less about trying to overwhelm an enemy and more about trying to paralyze them. Now, you might be thinking, okay, interesting theory, but this isn't just an idea. When we actually cut through all the noise of the daily headlines and we look for that underlying signal, a really consistent pattern starts showing up in totally different parts of the world. So what does this new pattern actually look like on the ground? Well, reports are consistently highlighting a few key things. Military operations that are over in days, not months or years. Actions aimed directly at taking out leadership. And a level of coordination between forces that, frankly, suggest a whole new kind of battlefield awareness. And while the specifics, the locations, the methods, might seem chaotic and totally unrelated, that underlying signal is pointing in one very clear direction. The new constant in conflict is speed. So, of course, this leads us to the biggest question of all. If warfare is getting faster and way more precise, what's the engine driving this thing? What's making it all possible? I mean, really think about it. For centuries, the pace of a conflict was always limited by how fast humans could think and talk and plan. So why are these critical life or death decisions now being made faster than at any other point in history? Look, faster weapons are one thing, but it's the speed of the decisions behind them that's the real puzzle here. And that leaves us with one huge question. What is the single biggest factor that's making all of this happen? What is the catalyst for this new era of high-speed conflict? That is the exact question we are going to tackle in part 2. We're going to dive into the number one factor that many analysts believe is behind this entire shift, and we'll explore how it has the potential to completely rewrite the rules of war. The simple truth is, the nature of conflict might be changing faster than our ability to even understand it. And that's why we have to keep trying to cut through the noise and focus on the signal.